I now call upon Councillor Mariam Khan to second the amendment.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. I rise to second the Labour addendum of the motion on Kashmir. The Jammu and Kashmir conflict is one of the oldest disputed conflicts in the world at the expense of human lives and freedom. Freedom to live as one pleases, freedom to study, freedom to work, freedom to even speak out about the injustice suffered. I truly believe that the conflict in Jammu and Kashmir is one which every human being should be able to relate to. Why? Why is that? Because it's an issue of humanity and freedom. Freedom to be able to determine your own life choices. People of Kashmir are silently suffering human rights abuses and violations with no sign of justice being served. This addendum aims to call on the government to express concern about the recent violence and abuse against civilians living in Jammu and Kashmir and urges them to refrain from disproportionate military forces against innocent people. I'd like to make reference to a leaflet produced by Jammu Kashmir Liberation Council, which includes the following. Since 1989, there are over 800,000 Indian forces stationed in Kashmir. There have been over 100,000 people massacred, over 30,000 people who have been gang raped, tens of thousands of people who are in prison without trial, many thousands who are missing, and as Councillor Zafar mentioned, the half-widows, and obviously those husbands and sons who have been missing for years, and mass graves. This is just a nutshell of the horrific abuses happening in Jammu and Kashmir. This summer alone, over 100 people have been killed, 200 blinded with pellet guns, and over 5,000 injured. A curfew, media and internet connections shut down, turning Kashmir into a prison. This leaflet has got recent pictures of the consequences of military force on young children living in Jammu and Kashmir, having their future stolen from them through taking away their sight. As a British Brahmi Kashmiri, I recognise how those living and suffering in Jammu and Kashmir rely on those who are not living in Kashmir to be able to be their voice and highlight what is happening on a day-to-day basis. This is why we've got demonstration after demonstration, meetings after meetings, and petitions arranged by organisations who are actively working in Birmingham to highlight the plight of the Kashmiris. I know that this is not the first time that Kashmir has been debated in this chamber, but I believe that now is the time for us to come together, pushing on a focus for our government to urge the Indian authorities to allow non-governmental organisations, media and independent observers into Jammu and Kashmir to at least allow reporting of the truth and carrying out of humanitarian relief work. Surely allowing people into the valley to help the suffering should not be rejected. Another crucial factor of the Kashmir conflict, which has already been mentioned, is of course the right to self-determination for Kashmiris, and for the governments concerned, both India and Pakistan, to listen to the views of the people in Kashmir when deciding their future. A long-term peaceful solution in Kashmir is ultimately what all Kashmiris, including Brahmi Kashmiris, would want. And tonight, the message going out of this Birmingham Council chamber to our government should be to convey this to India and Pakistan, recognising that this country's links with South Asia, including trade, is important, but should not be at the cost of human lives, and therefore resolving the issues highlighted in a peaceful manner should be priority. Thank you, Lord.